This time it went differently. He had a rocky start, but he managed to profit $46,000 in a 30-day span. Wow, that's impressive. He started with a $500 to $1,000 bankroll. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do another Reddit reaction. We've got a gambling addiction story. This guy's a 24-year-old. He's got this roller coaster ride of a journey with his gambling addiction. He goes from financial ruin to unexpected winnings and then back again. His experience highlights the devastating experience of out-of-control gambling. And we all know what that's about. And so this is going to serve as a warning, a wake-up call to anybody listening. Okay? So, we're going to dive right into this. 2 years ago, Dave moved back to live with his parents across the country. His bank account was empty, following a rough breakup that left him mentally and financially devastated. He sought out to get back on his feet. Things have been going well with his current company. He's been employed there for nearly a year. There's ample opportunity for advancement. He's currently earning about $40,000 a year. He has great benefits. He's got a pension. His work ethic and his drive to move up in a company is exceptional since he started. While his current expenses are low, he craves more financial freedom, as the area he lives in and works in is very expensive and he wants to be independent again. Okay, so we already know what's going on in his mind. Over the past 5 years, he dabbled in online gambling. And was overall down between $10,000 and $15,000. So last November, he started EV sports betting, and he ended up profiting $15,000 in 2 months. Obviously, his excitement was short-lived, as he was quickly limited by the books in his state. Foolishly, he ended up losing about 10,000 of his winnings in 1 week span, playing blackjack and roulette. So he must have won some money with the sports bets and then turned around and started gambling with blackjack and roulette. That's a big mistake. He wasn't satisfied. He needed more of a rush. He needed that dopamine hit. So anyway, this left him feeling sick for weeks, and he vowed to stop gambling. So we went from 15,000 down in probably like what, 4,000 sounds like. So 2 months later, around February of this year, he vowed that he would he broke the vow that he would not gamble again. So he started back gambling. This time it went differently. He had a rocky start, but he managed to profit $46,000 in a 30-day span. Wow, that's impressive. He started with a $500 to $1,000 bankroll. He either lost the bankroll or managed to withdraw between $9,000 and $19,000 in multiple sessions. As of March 27th of this year, he had over $50,000 in his bank account and felt on top of the world. He shared the news with his family and friends. He planned to pay off his car. He wanted to use some of the money to help his parents financially. And he felt everything had finally turned around for him. Sounds good. $50,000 in the bank. Hey, you know what? Sounds like he was doing really good. Today, however, he is down to $8,000 in his bank account. Wow. That's tough. 8 days ago, with over $50,000 to his name, he again had the feeling of, what if I can turn this into more money and I can be set for years? There he goes. Okay, so we're gonna pause for a second and process this. This guy starts off with 500 to 1,000. Okay. It sounds like he lost some of his bankroll, but he was managed to get it up to 9,000 and then again to 19,000, and then he eventually doubled that or tripled that almost and got it to $50,000. And then obviously he kept gambling, and now he's at $8,000. That's a huge jump. And that's the chasing. That's how the chasing starts. You win some money and you start losing it, and you start losing even more of what you lost, and then you begin to chase. So at some point he had that $50,000 and he started probably gambling some of it off. Maybe he gambled 10,000 of it, right? So he's down to 40,000. At that point he probably got that competitive spirit, and he's like, nah man, I can't believe I lost that 10,000. I got to get that 10,000 back so I can get back to my 50,000. So now the money that he didn't even have, he's chasing. See, that right there that's most people's problem. You start chasing winnings. When you start chasing winnings, you're ultimately, inevitably, are going to end up losing out, because you're chasing invisible money. Essentially, you're chasing money that wasn't even yours. Yeah, it was yours when you won it, but you didn't put it up initially. But for some reason, our brain tricks us into chasing the losses of any of that money like it was ours to begin with, which is so dangerous. So the chase continued over the last week until today, when he finally accepted that the fun is over. Obviously, this is too late. He realizes that if he continues, he will ruin his life. He hasn't told anyone, and he really doesn't want to. Yeah, now it's gonna be crazy. You see, when he won the 50,000, he was telling everybody he was happy. He wanted to help people. And now he's only down to $8,000, and I'm sure people are gonna still be coming to him for help, for money. This is sad. Very, very sad. He finds it nearly impossible to explain how he feels right now, but the best attempt is something close to praying that I wake up from this bad dream full of terrible decisions. He hopes that others in his space know that feeling, and is looking for advice on ways to cope with this self-disgust. Gambling more than he could afford, greed, and playing stupid decisions got the best of him, and he promises never to gamble again. Yeah, it's easy to say that you're not going to gamble again and you promise. That sounds great, but when you got that kind of money, $8,000 is still a decent amount of money. And, promising to gamble and making a commitment to yourself that you're done and you're tired are two different things. And so it sounds like, he's just angry, he's bitter, he's mad, and he feels defeated. But I'm not so sure that this guy is really done. I don't know, we'll see. He continues by urging others who need it to take this as a sign to quit. So he wants people to learn from his story. And whether they are down or up, if they have these compulsive tendencies, he warns that they will regret not stopping. Yeah, once you start to chase money, whether it's yours or whether it's the winnings from the casino, you're pretty much done. It's a wrap. That's the beginning of the decline as a gambler. Once you start chasing any money that you've lost, you have crossed the threshold of addiction, because now you're on the hunt to win, and the odds are stacked against you so high, and you might win by luck, sheer luck, but that luck is gonna run out at some point, and that's where people get caught up. When the tables turn and it's time to lose, they keep putting the bets up. And then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. I mean, it just seemed like at the moment you lose like 1 or 2 hands in a row or a few pulls on a spot, it's like, okay, it's over, it's done. You know, whether you have a problem or not, you know, with gambling, that should be a cue, like, all right, you know what, I'm ahead, you know, it's time to get out of here. But, you know, this guy, I mean, it doesn't sound like he's ready to stop. Making promises and all that, that doesn't sound like somebody that's ready to stop. Oh, I promise I'm done. No. To me, this is my opinion. You know, you have to be tired. He is not at rock bottom. I hate to say it, but the truth is, I'm gonna just be real. Most people, when they're ready to make that change, that turnaround, most of the time, they're at complete rock bottom. Rarely do you hear a story about somebody who won, you know, and then they're just done. Or somebody that had a crazy loser streak but they still got money and then they're done. No, you have to basically be destitute, and that's gonna force you to change. That's gonna force you to say, you know what, I'm tired. This guy doesn't sound tired. He sounds defeated, but he's not tired. I really don't believe that he's hit his rock bottom yet. He's still got money to burn and blow, which he probably will. I mean, I hope he doesn't, but when you start making promises, I'm sorry, that I'm not moved by promises. No. To me, it's like I'm tired. I want my life to be better. I hate the person I've become. This guy doesn't sound like a person that's just like done, you know. And so I just, you know, I just want to be able to shed light that the reality with this problem is that you have to hit rock bottom in order for that change to come, most of the time. It's sad. It's very sad. It's crushing. It's heartbreaking. But if you're comfortable and you're gambling, what motivation do you have to quit? Okay, you lost a few hands or you lost a few slot pulls, but you live to see another day. And as long as you have money, you're probably gonna go back and spend that money and gamble it. So, you know, I don't want that to be the case. Obviously I don't, but you know, I mean, to me, the best thing to do, like if I were that guy, you know, he's got $8,000 to his name, right? Yeah, he lost a considerable amount of money. It sounds like he lost, what, 42,000? The best thing for this guy to do in this situation, if he's serious about quitting, pay your rent up like 3 months, pay your car note up, and be done with it. You know, pay your utilities up, pay all your bills up. That's the best you can do. And just work and grind and get side hustles, and before you know it, you might be able to actually save up that money you lost. But if you're really serious about being in that position and quitting, like, that would be a perfect opportunity to just pay your bills all the way up. $8,000 is a decent amount of money to work with, you know. So if it were me, I would pay my bill, I would pay my rent up 3 months, you know, pay my car note up 2 months, something like that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I hope you got some insight to your situation. Please like, share, and subscribe, because I'm going to be putting out more videos like this. And when I get people liking the video and when I get subscribers, it gets me hyped up and motivated to put out more content. So until next time, peace.